Hello, Sarah. I'm sorry I'm missing you today, but here is a video lesson. This part, I'll probably do multiple videos. I'll probably do one for piano and one for voice. So this first one here, this will be for piano. And I'm just going to start at the top of your lesson plan and kind of go down through it. So the first thing we're looking at is the G major scale. Let me just kind of scooch my camera around so you can see a bit better the piano. Kind of jam in there. Okay, so the G major scale. We'll start with right hand. Keep in mind the key signature for G major is F sharp. That means that every F is just going to auto-correct and be F sharp instead. So just the notes are G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. Ooh, it kind of cut off there. I'll start lower so it doesn't cut off the notes. So in the right hand, the finger numbers, we go 1, 2, 3, and then you tuck 1, 2, 3, 4 on F sharp. Then you're going to tuck again, finger 1 on G, 2, 3, 1 on C, 2, 3, 4 on F sharp, 5 on G. Going down, 4 on F sharp, 3, 2, 1, 3 to B goes over, 4 to F sharp goes over, and you finish with 3, 2, 1 at the bottom. So let me do that one more time without talking and you can play along. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me do that at a faster tempo. Play along with this one if you can. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's look at the whole thing with the left hand. So it's going to be the same key signature, just F sharp. The fingers will be different, so you start with finger 5, and we go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3 goes over, 2 on F sharp, 1, now 4 goes over, 3, 2, 1, and you cross 3, 2, 1 at the top. Going down is 2, 3, 1 tucks, 2, 3, 4, 1 tucks, 2, 3, 1 tucks, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5 at the bottom. Here it is one more time with no talking. Challenging tempo for the left hand as well, just to try. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and we'll go over the triads as well, since that was starting to look really, really good last week. Let's keep up that good progress. So for any triad, for any major scale, you need the first, third, and fifth note of that scale. So first note is easy. We're in G major, so the first note's always going to be G. Skip the second note, third note is B. Skip the fourth note, the fifth note is D. So for G major, the triad notes are G, B, and D. I'll do it lower actually, so you can see it better on the video. So this is root position. I'll do it in both hands. So root position is where G is on the bottom. So whatever key that you're in, that note is on the bottom in root position. In first inversion, which is the first time we take the bottom note, flip it, put it on top. Now you're going to use finger 2 in the right hand, but still 1, 3, 5 in the left hand. In second inversion, now you use finger 2 in the left hand, and then back to 1, 3, 5 at the top. So quick recap of that. Root position, where G is on the bottom, is 1, 3, 5 in both hands. Finger 2 in the middle instead on first inversion in the right hand. Finger 2 in the middle instead on second inversion in the left hand. And then you're back to root position at the top with 1, 3, 5 in both hands. And then it's the same fingers going down. So let's look at them one hand at a time now. We'll start with right hand. So root position is G, B, and D. Good. Now lift up your hand. The next position, you want B on the bottom, D in the middle and G on top, and you're going to use finger 2 on the D. So there's your first inversion. Now lift your hand again. Now you have D on the bottom, G in the middle, and B on top, and you're back to fingers 1, 3, 5. Second inversion. Now you have one more at the top. You're back to G, B, and D, and it's 1, 3, 5. Okay, now going down, you're going to take the D from the top, keep the middle notes, and put the D on the bottom. So it's D, G, B, and now you're 1, 3, 5. Now your next position going down is B on the bottom, D in the middle, G on top, and that is finger 2 in the middle. And then you have to move one more. Now we're back to root position, G, B, D. So here is that whole thing with no talking. Okay, and now for extra fun, let's try the broken triads. I'll show you the pattern for those. So this is, what we just did, these are called solid triads, and all that means is that the notes happen at the same time. These are broken triads. Have a listen. So it might sound a lot more complex or tricky, these the broken triads, but they're actually easier once you get going. So it's the same exact notes you're going to be for the first one. Instead of all together, you're going to go G, B, D, and you'll notice you'll start at the bottom and you go up, up. Now you have to go back to B, so you go down 1, and now D, G, back down to D, now G and B, back down to G, now B and D. Now you're going to repeat the D, and we're going down now, so B and G, up back to B now, G, D, up to G, D, B, and up to D, and now you're home. So the way I demonstrated that there, you can hear the distinct groups of 3, but that's just for demonstrating how I would like you to practice them, and the proper way to do them is to have each note be exactly the same length. So while you're getting used to the pattern of it, certainly you can go in groups of 3, but we're aiming towards this, so this is the end goal. So they should all be even. Okay, I'll show you that whole thing with the left hand now, and then we'll go to Für Elise after this. So same thing, we're going to start G, B, D, 5, 3, 1. Now 5 goes to B, you go back down. Now D with finger 3, finger 1 on G. Now back down to D, finger 2 on G. Back down to G, B and D. Now repeat the D, we're going down, D, B and G, back up to B, finger 2 on G, back up to G, D and B, and back up to D one more time. Okay, so again, that's just to demonstrate, here's the proper rhythm, how you should practice. So there you go, triads. If you want an extra challenge, you absolutely don't have to, but if you want to try, try hands together. So this would be solid. But try it if you would like. Okay, so let's look at Für Elise now. What are we doing? So we're doing 4 measures was the goal for today. So we'll start with the right hand, because I think you're a little bit more comfortable right now reading in the treble clef. So there you go. So that's what we'll start with. So your first note here, does it cut off my hand? No, perfect. You can see the first note. So we have E. We know it's an E because in the treble clef it's F-A-C-E in the spaces, F-A-C-E on top. That's nice, that's pretty. So we have E, D sharp, E, D sharp, E, down to B, D, So let's do that pattern. Now jump down to middle C, C, E, A, B, E, G sharp, B, C, down to E. Now up to high E, D sharp, E, D sharp, E, B, D, C, A, down to middle C, C, E, A, B, E, C, B, A. So I know that's a little bit more than I had you do. I know the goal was 4 measures, which would just be this much. However, listen to the next chunk. So it's only actually different by a couple notes at the very end. So, my friend, that is your new goal. It's up until this repeat sign here, just in the beginning of line 3. Hands separate though, don't panic. One hand at a time, you don't have to try hands together yet. So let me play it nice and super duper slow. This is for you to practice along with on those first 8 measures. 1, 2, 3, here we go. You should have ended up on the very first note at the beginning of line 3. That's as far as I went. Let's go back now. Let's look at the left hand. So reset your brain to think in the bass clef now. The saying for spaces is all cows eat grass, and the saying for lines is good burritos don't fall apart. So have those two sayings in your brain as we're trying to read these notes here. So the first note is on a space, and then also a space for the second note. And it's the first space and the third space. So if our saying is all cows eat grass, that means it's all and eats. So it's A and E to begin. And our top note there, if our saying is good burritos don't fall apart, that is an A. So it's basically an A sandwich with an E in the middle. So that first measure in the left hand, we go A, E, A. And then on the next measure, we're back down to E. Now it's G sharp and B, and then we're back to our A sandwich, A, E, A, and that's all you had to do. So let's practice that timing. 1, 2, 3, here comes A, E, A, rest, 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 E, G sharp, B, rest, 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 back down to A, E, A. Okay, good. Now, after that, we're on the second measure of line 2. Now you'll have a whole measure of rest, and then let's go from this third measure of line 2. I bet you'll find this the same. So, third measure of line 2, here we go. A, E, A, rest, rest. Back down to E, E, G sharp, B, rest, 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 A, E, A. So there you go. That is the same pattern 2 times in both hands, basically. So in the left hand, we have the A sandwich with E, and then E, G sharp, B, back to your A sandwich, and then you get to wait, 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 back to your A sandwich, A, E, G sharp, B, and back to your A sandwich. So the left hand has a little bit of an easier job than the right hand here. Just for giggles, I'm going to play it super, super, super slow. Those first 8 measures, try and play along with me, hands together. You can do it. I'm going to go like slow motion slow. So get your hand in your positions. The right hand, your pinky should be on the E, not the E right by middle C, but the E above that. So pinky there. Your left hand, your pinky should be on not the A below middle C, but the A below that. So once you have your hands in this position, pause the video, I guess, if you need to. If not, I'm going to get started in real time here. This is weird, these recording videos. I'm talking to you, but I'm not talking to you. Anyway, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. left hand. A sandwich in the left hand. Low E, high E. A sandwich in the left hand. C, E, A, E in the left hand. Low E, C, A sandwich. Okay, now the coolest part about that is if you notice at the end of the first measure on line 3, there is a repeat. If you don't remember what a repeat looks like, it looks like this. It's got that solid black line and then the 2 dots on the top and the bottom. What that means, this is also kind of a sandwich. Maybe I need a different metaphor, but think of this as one piece of the bread and then find the other one, which is right at the very beginning. That's the other piece of bread, if you will. So what happens here, after you go ba-da-da-da, right here, then you have in the right hand E, D sharp, and then it goes back to here, and now you're back to do, 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 and then it goes into that. So this, my friend Sarah, is what you are going to practice this week. The whole 8 measures twice. Let me play it like super slow, play along with it, and that's your practice for this. And you're back at the beginning of the song. We'll stop there. So I hope you found this video. I'll do this so you can actually look at the camera. I hope you found this video helpful on Für-Elise and on your G major scales and triads. When you're back in person, we'll go through the book together. It doesn't really make sense me showing you the book if we're not there together. And we'll keep looking at What a Wonderful World, practicing with the pedal, because you were doing a wonderful job with that next time. So I'll make you either another video or some other practice tips for voice. I'll check out your lesson plan, see what we're working on. I might send you a couple things to listen to for voice. Since Christmas recitals are coming up, I'll give you some ideas. But that's about that for your for your piano portion of this virtual lesson. Okay, have a great day. See ya.